This is the Vortex MCB Quick Wrap. This is a moisture curing glass fibre repair bandage which is designed for doing pipe repairs, damaged rigid pipe repairs. So if you get a split or a crack or porosity damage in a steel pipe, a plastic pipe, domestic waste pipe, this is the product to use. It cures in about 10 minutes when subjected to moisture, so in the form of water, and is a rigid and permanent repair. So we're going to have a look at how the product works. This is the packaging. It comes in kit format and quite simply contained within the kit the bandage itself and the gloves that we need to wear when using the product. So, first of all, safety measures. Now, the foil pouch that the Quick Wrap is contained within is sealed extremely tightly, and it gives the product a 3-year shelf life. So it can be kept in the toolbox for a while for that day where you will definitely need it. Now, the bandage itself comes in a range of different sizes. The size that we're going to demonstrate today is the 50mm by 1.5 metre bandage. And we're going to use that because we're going to do a little demonstration on this steel pipe here. And you can see just in the centre, we just get a close-up on camera 1 there, we've put a groove to resemble a split in the pipe, and what we're going to do is to show you how we would repair that damage. So I'm just going to put the pipe in the vise here. Now, to use the bandage correctly, what we do is from the back we tear off the seal so that we expose the bandage inside the pouch, and as you can look in there in camera 1, you can see the bandage inside the pouch there. Now, the easiest way to react the bandage, in other words to start the reaction that needs to take place for the bandage to do its job, we're going to pour some water into the pouch, give it a little bit of a squeeze inside the pouch to let the water penetrate right inside of the bandage, and then we're going to pour off the water. So the bandage is now treated, and as you can see there's water in the bandage, and what we're going to do is we're going to apply that straight onto the pipe, and we're going to first of all apply that directly over the top of the damage, and we're going to go all the way around the pipe, ensuring that we've got a good lock. That first wind is the important one. Now, when we wind, we want to ensure that we overlap by 50% of the bandage's width, as you can see there. And we want to work at either side of the repair so that we get a nice clean finish. And when we're wrapping, we want to ensure that we're pulling nice and tightly. And if we can you get right up close there, Paul, on camera 1, you can see as I'm pulling, the bandage is letting the resin that's impregnated within the bandage pull through and ultimately form a good seal. So we keep pulling and wrapping and pulling and wrapping, ensuring that we get that nice overlap at either side of the repair. And when you get towards the end of the bandage, make sure it's nice and tight, and then we're going to squeeze the bandage in the direction of the windings, and this is helping the resin squeeze through the laminates and ensure that we get a nice, smooth and pressure resistant seal. And it also adds a cosmetic element to the repair. Now, this is already starting to get warm, and that's the reaction that's taking place between the resin and the water, which is exothermic, which means the energy that's created through the reaction creates heat. And in no time at all, that will be dry, and we'll be able to return that pipe to service, which means we can now turn back on the pressure and use the pipe for its designed intention. The important thing with the Quick Wrap is that we must ensure that we turn off the flow of liquid. Whatever this pipe contains, it could be water, it could be oil, it could be gas, it could be fuel. Whatever it is, we need to turn off the pressure. We need to then isolate the leak, in other words, find where the leak is, and then perform the repair. The benefit is that we should only be shut down for a small period of time, a maximum of 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the ambient temperature. Now in here under these lights, this is going to react very fast, and it is already starting to go, which means that we're talking about here a 3 to 5 minute repair time. But in normal outdoor conditions, because this is, again, it's weather resistant, it's chemical resistant, so it can be used in exterior applications and interior applications. Outside in the cold, it can take up to a maximum of 10 to 15 minutes to react. But that's the longest amount of time that you'd expect to wait before that will be hard and ready to return to service. So the repair is cured, then we can turn the pressure back on, and then that pipe will stay repaired and permanently repaired for a long period of time. We can also use the product on rigid plastic pipes. As you can see there, we've got some damaged waste pipe, and this is a rigid pipe, so we can use the quick wrap on there. Now, one of the benefits with the quick wrap is that it can be used around corner joints. It's a knitted bandage, so it doesn't actually warp as you're trying to bend it around a corner joint. So I'll demonstrate that to you now. Again, apply it directly over the damage to start with, and ensure that we get that lock, which is that first important winding, and then wrap it around, ensuring that we get that 50% overlap. And as you can see there, it's comfortably going around a corner joint, and this can be applied over a 90-degree elbow, and it will still mould around the elbow comfortably. Again, when you've finished, squeeze it and in the direction of the windings, so that we ensure a good penetration of the water. So we've reached the point now where we've done enough to that, and we can now leave that, and that will cure and give us that permanent repair. And this is the steel one that we did. As we can see, this is now dry and ready to return back to service. Now, what's absolutely critical with the quick wrap product is to ensure that we get 9 full windings around the circumference of the pipe. There are a range of sizes available, and obviously certain size of bandages are recommended for certain size of pipe. But the one golden rule is to ensure that we get 9 complete windings around the circumference of the pipe, or the circumference of the repair, to ensure that we get the specified seal and the test specification that we quote on the Vortex product datasheet. So, once we've done that, we know that if we use a bandage and we don't get the 9 windings around the circumference of the pipe, what we need to do is to use a second bandage, so that effectively it doesn't matter what size of pipe it is, we can use multiples of bandages to ensure that we get a good repair. So that was 2 application examples on rigid broken pipes. We can also use the quick wrap for strengthening corner joints. We can use it for strengthening numerous amounts of corner joints. We can even use it for binding around flanges to prevent blowout, and we can use it also to do repairs to wooden supports, ladder legs, all sorts of different items that might require re-strengthening. So that's the MCB quick wrap. The VPD reference for that product is VPD 9008. If you need any more technical information, have a look at the Vortex product datasheet.